Hey, how's it going, everyone? Sarasota Tim. I just got off the job at the Publix in Lantana. I did a really good job for Pellegrino and for Crossmark, the company I work for. But let me just tell you, my nose is itching. What was very suspect and very suspicious. Okay. Pellegrino had discovered that some people are leaving early from their demo, and you know, they want their money's worth. Totally agree. So they're had secret shoppers. Then I understand from my supervisor, they're just going to call every store. And what's kind of synonymous with these Publix grocery store managers is you go in, you don't work for them, they're not your boss, and you're telling them you're there, you know, in a very sweet, nice way to do a demo. You're doing a product demonstration for them, for whatever the product is, say Pellegrino, and where would you like me to set up my table? They do these all the time. So that part usually goes along pretty smooth. And then at the end, at 5 o'clock, I have a form that I have to fill out that requires their signature and their printed name. And then the store has a stamp that they put on the paperwork, you know, proving and saying that I was there and everything's dated. This manager had sort of a, I don't know, I just felt some sort of a, maybe it was her own personal life, but her attitude, her disposition, like if I was a customer and I asked her anything, like where's apples, I would have gotten a big smile ear to ear and walked me over there, probably everything. But because I don't work for her, and I walked over towards where they have this little cubicle they sit in. Most of the time they're out actually working too. Bagging groceries, stocking a shelf, straightening shelves. The managers at Publix are workers. They're not just sitting in their office. But this one was. And so I seen her in there, and I went in there to get her to sign. And I said, hi. I said, I'm finishing the demo, and it just requires your signature here and your printed name. And she didn't say, how did it go? Okay, no problem. Thanks for coming. Did you know anything? I just said to her, I really enjoyed it. Everybody here is very nice. Thank you so much. I was here a couple of weeks ago, and I'll probably see you again. And I just think that they called and said, you know, is that person doing a demo for us still there? And it was 5 o'clock before I walked away from my table to go get a pear and buy it and use the debit card they give me, which is a stamp, a time stamp, proving that, you know, I'm still there. But I don't know what she said, you know, about leaving the table. I mean, I'm just assuming. I could be, I hope I'm imagining. But she better not have thrown me under the bus, because I did the right thing, and you know, they want to make sure everybody's there, and they're entitled to that, Pellegrino, and so is my company, to pay me. But I don't need some manager with an attitude that just wants to throw you under the bus or having a bad day. She had a, I don't want to get into it, but I mean, you just know that if you were a customer, you would have gotten a whole different eye to eye. She didn't even look at me. And I just, you know, I try to treat everybody, especially in a working environment like that. So, I don't know. Hopefully I'm just imagining, but it kind of put me off, and now I'm concerned and feel disconcerted that after everything I tried to do, I even took a picture of the receipt after I bought the pear and sent it to my supervisor with my timestamp on there, that this person might have said something to Pellegrino, then they in turn say something to my company. I don't want any problems. I just don't want any problems. And let me just tell you right now, good help is hard to find. Here in this county, in Palm Beach County, Florida, people do, it seems like, just enough to keep from getting fired. There is no extra mile. There is no, well, I shouldn't say like a blanket statement, but I run into it a lot. Even today when I did arrive at this Publix, the manager that was there, when I asked her where to go set up, I guess there was another like lower manager. And I said, oh, is there any of this Pellegrino product? Yeah, they have different flavors. And I said, because I didn't see it, or they didn't have it somewhere yesterday. It was the Momenti. And the guy that's like the lower manager that was standing there next to her, he just was like this. I was like, what does that mean? He said, I said, I was thinking in my mind, how does he know that there's none in the back in boxes? They just sent this store a whole bunch for this big promotion. Why wouldn't there be? But even if there were sold, she said, there's a digital coupon too. So she goes, what difference does it make? You know, which one you get? My company wants me to promote a certain flavor. That's the, anyway, as you can see, even there was a problem in the beginning with her about that. So when I was asking, you know, like maybe you could check, you know, and get those others up. And the same thing happened yesterday at another Publix when I told the guy, I said, oh, I'm really selling a lot of these. I think the stock is low on the shelf. I had a customer ask me, you know, do they have any more? Because he didn't see any. He or she, I forget who it was. And he said, oh, I'll get some. 2 hours later into my shift, he comes up with a cart. He said, oh, I got some. I'm going to go put them up there for you. So, you see, it isn't just, you know, like some of these product demonstrators like myself, maybe, you know, not doing their part either and leaving a demo early. You've got employees of Publix, and yesterday there was a situation where I put my table, there was sugar, it wasn't sugar actually, it was like flour or baking soda or something on the floor, and I dropped that mat I stand on and this dust of white stuff. I go, what was that? And I asked 2 managers and someone else, and no one ever came by to clean it up, and they all said they were going to tell somebody. So, I mean, come on. They didn't even want to dictate an order to one of their lower people to bring them up or a broom. So, all I can tell you is, I don't care what they're paying me. If they tell me to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do an exemplary job, because there's a universe that you get rewarded from. I don't have to worry about how much or recognition I get from my company. If I do the right thing, and that goes to prove right now about what I just said about this lady. I'm not even going to worry about it, because the good Lord knows what I did. And if they have any problem, then they've lost a good one, because anybody that gets me is lucky to have me. I'll just tell you that right now. I know they're not going to fire me, but I just don't like these attitudes that I get. I'm just asking for a signature. I'm just asking you to clean up this crap that I'm standing on, that I'm tracking all over my mat. I'm just asking you to put some product back out on the shelf because we're trying to sell it for you. You make money on it too. So anyway, guys, that's my rant for the day. But what did I do today? I crushed it.